Afternoon, guys. I just thought I'd do a little bit of an update since I've had a COVID test today. Not because I needed one. They needed to have a serious extraction of money, I think. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, just get it in Boots. Just you get it in Boots. You try and book in Boots." The earliest I could get was the 4th of February, which is not very good for the flight on the 18th of this month. So there was this whole, "Oh yeah, just get the." Let's get some more light down here. That's better. So the point being is, I had to go private, and I wouldn't say it's private in the sense of I was sitting there with my Savile Row suit on, sitting there with my pipe talking to Prince Philip. It was more a case of I had to drive 45 miles to Leicester, go to what I'd call a event centre. Originally, I've got to admit, when I seen it, and I actually thought it was going to be a Sikh mosque or chapel or whatever they call it, because I don't know when something becomes a mosque and when it's a chapel, because I've got very little interest on the religious circuit. But the point being is, I thought, hang on a minute. But it was actually some event centre of some description. And I go on in there, go in the front door, and it was all very homemade, as if it was a clinic for a YouTube for a YouTube low budget type medical documentary or something. It was all they tried their best. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they did try it. They did separate the rooms. They did put channels down there. Did have medical shirts. Some say it just looked like a low budget TV show. But the thing is, I spent more time on paperwork. The key things they were wanting: do you have any middle names? What's your date of birth? Correct your name. Check your name. Sorry, not correct your name. And your passport number. And then from that, it was a case of shove this thing on the back of your throat, take it from one side to the other, then up one nose, nostril, and up the other, and that was it. And as quick as I've said it, that was the test, and that was 185 quid. I thought dentists were expensive, but anyway, I laugh it off because, quite simply, we're in a scenario that I just feel we're being fleeced by our own government, in my personal opinion. But I just want to get home for Christmas, so I'll put up with this nonsense until then. I don't think things are as bad as we are being made out, and like I said, I work in analytical data, and I could see the figures don't look right. Don't get me wrong, they go, oh, there's people with respiratory issues, there's people with... That's this time of year. That happens anyway. But anyway, push that to one side. Now, who did I use is probably the next question. I use what's called Midlands Health, which are the ones recommended on Ryanair's own website. The reason for that is if they recommended them, then I shouldn't have any problems at the airport. I was thinking about getting an NHS one, saying, oh, I've got a bit of a fever, got this, and I thought, the problem is if I go there with the NHS ones, because you read gov.uk now, where they're going, oh, everyone just go for a test if you need one, all this. Now it's like, well, if you don't think you've got COVID, don't come for a test. Doesn't matter if you work in a school, or even if your employer says you must get a test, that doesn't matter. Unless you've got symptoms, don't bother. And I'm sitting there going, well, if I had symptoms, I wouldn't bother going for a test. I'll just work from home for 14 days. So they've done a bit of a U-turn on there. Maybe this express tendering thing that the government were brought up on today has something to do with it. I have no idea. Some people obviously got very wealthy this year with the assistance of certain parties within the government, I believe, in my personal opinion and my thoughts. I just want to stress that this is my own personal opinion on this. So I may be incorrect, but it does seem to be that way inclined, that some people did benefit quite well this year. They got early Christmas presents with contracts. So I've had my test done. The other thing that was quite good there is they have, if you're from the Philippines, I know some of you guys follow my stuff from the Philippines as well. There's a new Jollibee there, the Jollibee Leicester. So I went to the Leicester was going in now. I was expecting to get one of the breakfasts, and there was no breakfasts. I wandered around for 20 minutes trying to find something, wait for them to open. Think, I'm going to get this. And I got chicken burger with a pineapple on the top. Really nice. I do think it's really good. That burger is quite tasty. It's very similar to the hamburger that we were doing when we were on Papaloo restaurant. Except there's this chicken and ours was hamburger. But it does make it very juicy. So if you haven't tried a pineapple on the top of a burger, well worth doing. But was very disappointed they had no rice. It's a bit of a joke with my mother-in-law. When I brought her back over from the Philippines and we were at Madrid airport, I said, what do you want to eat? She says, oh yeah, I'll have KFC, blah blah, chicken and rice. Because in the Philippines, you normally get rice and not fries. So I'm like, they don't do rice, they only do fries. So it's a bit of an in-house joke, because like today I went there and I'm like, there's no rice, this isn't Jollibee. Jollibee always has rice. And where's the I couldn't see the steak as well. They do these steaks that are normally quite nice with a bit of rice and gravy. Didn't have those, so a little bit disappointing. No trace of MSG as well, because I'm sure the stuff in the Philippines has MSG. Because I've felt with the hot dogs, my face felt a bit numb before after eating a hot dog. It just sort of went a bit tight, as if I just had Botox. Where you're slightly, as if it's not your mouth. So yeah, but I'll add a couple of little clips on at the end of here, because I know some people may actually be interested in Jollibee. But if you are in Leicester, well worth having a try. Do recommend the tropical burger. Like I said, chicken burger with the pineapple on top. That was really tasty. But had my test today, so that's one thing off the list. Next thing is got to wait 24 hours for my results. Download the app for Spain, the health app, because you've got to fill that in as well. And then I'm not going to check in until everything's done, and then start preparing the suitcase. It's in the corner over there. I've got some Doc Martens coming tomorrow. April's got some Doc Martens coming, so that's got to go in there. I've got the Oculus up here. Zoe's got some Doc Martens already. They're in the bag. There's a few other Christmas bits and pieces to be prepared for the trip home. Excited, to be honest. It's been a very busy and hard year this year, because although the COVID stuff cut in, reality is work has been absolutely horrendous. It's been really, really busy, and I'm just happy that we're in a position now where things are work-wise. We're already looking, Christmas already set up. We're looking at February now, start gearing February up, and things are starting to move forward. So hopefully we'll be looking at buying that house in January, February, because I do think the one we were originally looking at is still on the market, because I think it's been one of the ones where they've been sold, then unsold, because like I said, the banks in Spain aren't so cut and dry to deal with. So maybe somebody's put a deposit down, then dealt with the banks, and then the banks wouldn't give them a mortgage or not to the value they wanted, and then they've withdrawn it. So if it is still available, I think come January, we should be there, because I've got some private work that I've also got ongoing, which should be able to fund a little bit extra to push us over the line for that purchase. Because ideally, I want to get that bought. If I could get that for February, then the next year, although selfishly I would be normally looking to be buying the next property, I want to renovate this one and do it. Got some really good project ideas, which will hopefully get some buy-in from some local contractors as well, because it's a good advertising, with something that's actually been involved as we go. So yeah, ready for my flight. I've got to admit, my back's killing me at the minute. This little guy is really useful. I got this from Boots. This is the second one I bought because I left the other one at the airport a while back because I think they've got metal in the back in the plates. But this is a good back support. I think it's about 30-40 quid. But really useful because I suffer with cold getting in the bones and stuff. So my back's one, and then I've got a hole in my left wrist and a hole in my left ankle, which the wind can only be described as metal pole with a freezing chill going straight up there, and that's what it feels like going through my bones on the left side. It's quite a interesting feeling, but not one I like to feel at all, never mind often. But anyway guys, that was just a little bit of an update just to say I'm ready to go. Thanks for watching, and maybe we can have a live session on Saturday. If we get 30 yes in the comments, let's make it 15 yeses in the comments, we'll have a live session on Saturday when I get back to Spain. How's that? Alright, thanks for watching.